Fantastic. So I'm going to fast forward us from that till late July, early August this year. So kind of what was that driver for you, that decision to say, I need to engage a little bit with Action Coach. We need to do some things a little bit different. And kind of what expectations did you have just as you reached out and said, let's do something for Ronald McDonald House?
Well, I don't know that I can say that it's one thing. It was a blessing a few years ago when Tiffany came by to visit with me and kind of explain about Action Coach. And I didn't feel like we were in a position, of course you think about the money. Unfortunately, a lot of times you think about the money first. And just kind of felt like we were in a good place. Everything was fine. But my middle son had been doing some workshops and working with you guys. He was part of the Enterprise Challenge, and I was hearing some great things about that. And in the meantime, Tiffany had remained connected with us. I enjoy her, whether she's whatever, whether we're doing Action Coach or not.
Right.
But we, like I said, I've been here almost 12 years, and we've always had a very small staff and a very small budget. And in 2019, we embarked on a capital campaign to build a new house. Budgets increased, some staffing needed to be increased. And of course, then the whole crazy COVID thing where we didn't have as much staff. And then some people started working from home. And I mean, people get so tired, blame everything on COVID, right? But it was some of those shifts that happened during that time. And then, we really realized that we were serving families really well here in the house, but we had not done a very good job of following up with families and staying connected with them, which in turn, I think connects us to those communities that we're serving.
Right.
And, you frequently talk about Whataburger and that being your family and those folks that you work with. You got the crazy aunt and the rambunctious toddler and the slow old whatever. A lot of our staff has quite a bit of longevity, and we've been together a long time. And we brought in a few new staff members, created some new positions, and it just created a little tension, or maybe it didn't create the tension, but maybe we just recognized.
Yeah.
And I just got to thinking, how can we do this? And being a small staff, I don't have an HR person. We don't have a business manager. Right. And I think like I told you, I'm a theater. I had a theater background. I have since taken business courses, but not everybody has the expertise and tools. Like sometimes we just need the right tool.
Right.
And so I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Tiffany. I'm going to see what she says. And so that was, I really think those were the things that led to us realizing we needed help outside our organization.
Yeah, that what you described, right? That idea or that realization that maybe we're not as perfect as we thought we were, right? When we add staff, remove staff, changes in staffing, that drives that kind of realization a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not unlike when you got two kids and you bring that third one home, right? All the dynamics just change, right?
I've never thought of it that way.
Right? I mean, you only added one kid. You were 4 and now you're just 5. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it was dramatic. Mm-hmm. You went from one-on-one defense to zone defense, right? I mean, you and your husband could no longer play the way that you had played before.
Right.
But the same thing happens in our teams. And so we've got to go through that storming, norming, forming, and performing kind of cycle again, regardless of if I've got 5 on the team or I have 25 on the team. Adding one or taking one away changes the dynamic.
Yeah.